black people who are talking about working with other whites and other races, they're being viewed as sellouts or called Uncle Toms. You start to understand that you are now, being controlled.
Horace, they set upon Terry for having the temerity to raise that point. He became persona non grata. That's where we are in the country tonight.
So anyway, so where we're at, instead of interpreting, it's too much interpretation to go hand-eye coordination to mental process. So what do you call it? So the indispensable. They're like, oh, you know what? This BLM doesn't want to have anything to do with that law or anything like that. They do with that law, that murder and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I mean, I see each of them in Romney or something alike, because they're all in the window anyway, you know what I mean? And stuff like that.
This was amid growing outrage over the sign.
Keep calling broad daylight. Why don't you just call it daylight? You know what I'm saying? It's broad daylight here every day. You know what that means?
Identify the suspected shooter. So we still don't know why
Paid.
Trammell was killed, but tonight
Paid.
I'll show you more of that video that Ingram Mangum supposedly obtained.
Henchman.
From just days
Surely for life, man.
Heinous murder.
So today, if you notice, I moved you a little closer. More people can interact with you on the side.
And some people on purpose to do something to be like such and such, and not just so much as more than the crown jewel of the ghetto, you know what I mean? More than the diamond in the rough of the ghetto, you know what I mean? They want more of a purpose, you know what I mean? Whether they're talking about the 9 galaxies beyond the Clinton era foundation, or whether they're just like doing what this guy is doing. This guy was doing. They want a purpose other than the crown jewel or the diamond rough of the ghetto. Like, you know what I'm saying? The circle around him. Get paid by stringers to say, hey, why don't you go arrest this guy when he goes to the mailbox to let it be known on the mail-in ballots and whatnot. And stuff like that.
Well, Laura,
it's a vote. I mean, stay home. It flares my nostrils to say, if you're not gonna vote, if you're gonna stay home. If you don't see what you don't like, stay home. And if you don't see what you like, stay home. It doesn't matter anyway. Tucker Carlson stated it's either Google or Facebook that's gonna win the election. Okay, so or Amazon. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? About that stuff. So whether you think that Joe Biden is gonna be like, hey, you know what, such and such, he's gonna be like, hey, look, I like my life. Like, look, you know what I'm saying? But if Joe Biden's gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, I'm 4 years only, and everything's gonna take over after that, and something like that. Just paid by the strain.
Right now, we have federal courthouses being threatened.
Over there eating an orange wrap burrito.
Another case,
orange wrap. That's what I'm telling you.
Assaulted by 2 women who today were arrested. We'll put their photos up on the screen when we have them. Again, a Democrat was assaulted at one of these protests. These are the 2 women who were arrested in that assault of Tim Carpenter, I believe. I'm getting that name right. This has gotten beyond dangerous. Now lives perhaps are being lost and jeopardized. We had an individual shot in Austin, Texas over the last several days. Where does it end up?
Basically, you know what, ends up like on street value of like, how much is me have what do you call it, my own little medicinos or whatnot to be like, I need to handle my business on a day-to-day basis.
People who support the president, we've got to stand up. We've got to honor Trump and his passion.
So I never really cared about that. I never really talked about that. That was parts.
And that's what we're going to do.
You it's me every day, you know what I mean? I think I'm every day. I haven't seen an ugly face since like 98, you know what I mean? And like, and something like that.
Of this by the national media when he's
by the sounds of it, she weighs 3-4 times as much as she weighed as she came and got in here. So I'm a moron. I'm a moron. I'm mute. But I have enough wherewithal to say you're a retarded maggot. You know what I mean? I have nothing done about it, and like, you know what I mean? I wanted to run a manager, they're talking with him, because like, you know, because he's carrying around a brute, and like, you know what I mean? And they're like, we got a whole lot of our sleep about that. And I'm like, and so, you know, I'm like, you know, so it'd be like, you know, we don't have a life, we have, you know, we go use TikTok and like whatever Snapchat methods. So like, I'm saying, make sure I got thing.
Thinking about, being concerned about. And, you know, we've got to bring attention to this.
You just be like, you know, you don't want to be at the Boston Cheers. You don't want to be at the Boston, you don't want to be at the Cheers bar. And my Boston bar, everybody knows your name. You're like, you want to be there where nobody knows it like you are. And that doesn't seem to ever, because the be known thing already backfired, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, this girl smiling on my mouth, and I was like, I don't give a fuck if I'm smiling or not. And that's too bad.